we are going to discuss about this course called CCNA. So before going into the technicalities, okay, on all these details, like what we are going to do. So it is very important to review the stuff. What are the expectations? What you are going to get, and how it is going to benefit you. Okay. So that is the primary intention of this particular session. So you can ask all the questions you have about how and what and all those details. So I will be explaining them. But first few minutes, first 20 to 30 minutes, I'll be explaining the stuff from my end. So please hear to that. Post that, I'll take all the questions which you have. Okay. So saying that, so let's go ahead and start the one. So what is CCNA? The Cisco Certified Network Associate. This is a course which is offered by Cisco. Uh, that means uh, you know Cisco, right?
Yes, sir.
Cisco is a market leader. Okay. So when it's what does Cisco does? Cisco basically, see, we all use internet. Okay. So in order to work this internet, we require the network hardware. Okay. Say nothing happens automatically. Okay. Someone has to sit and design. Okay. So Cisco is the one who designs this particular network hardware, maintains them, and it is the market leader. So it's not only Cisco who does that. There are many companies like Juniper, Arista, okay, so the HP. So there are many companies. Okay, among them, Cisco is the market leader. Okay, so Cisco is the market leader. Okay, so you can ask me, is it only Cisco who is giving these networking courses? No, there are other courses. There are other courses like CompTIA and all those things. Okay, but among that, CCNA is much valued. Okay, because Cisco owns 70% of the market share. Okay, so that means what you will get by completing this particular CCNA is, first thing, you will get the knowledge. Okay, but this is not enough for us, right? See, why are we doing all these courses at the end of the day? Our primary objective is to get the job. Okay, so we all know getting the job, like how much ever the courses. See, CCNA is not done by only us; it is done by all other people. So there is high competition. Okay, but when you compare any other certificates which are given by Juniper or Arista compared to that, where which are accepting this CCNA certificate, are much more. Okay, if you complete any of the certificates of Juniper, still it holds value, but the value which CCNA is providing by Cisco, that is not matching. As I said, why? Because 70% of the market holds Cisco devices. So that's the reason why it does that particular calculation. Okay. So saying that, what is this particular CCNA? So CCNA is an exam where which you are going to take for 120 minutes. Okay. So this is conducted by Cisco again. Okay. So this particular exam consists of multiple choice, drag and drop simulations, basically lab simulations, and the fill in the blanks. Okay. And the exam cost will come around $300. Okay. So this is a little overview on the exam part. Okay. But the main thing is not these things. Okay. Because these will come handy once you complete the course. Okay. So, but before the course, during, what is most important for us at this point of time is, what am I going to cover exactly in this particular course? Okay. So as I explained you, the benefits of CCNA are, first is, okay, people who wants to be, let's say they were working as a L1 engineers, okay, or any network technicians working in the labs, they want to go further into their networks. Okay, they want to grow their knowledge and take the higher responsibilities in their organization. So that is also can be done by the CCNA, and more importantly, knowledge. Okay, so these are the three key benefits which you are going to get. Okay. So the main thing which we have to talk about is the topics and plan. Okay. So what topics will be discussed, and how am I going to discuss them? Okay. And well, mostly, so I have been taking the courses since many days and many years. So mostly the people ask this one question commonly in all of my batches, whether this is a batch with theory or we expect practicals or labs. This particular course is totally occupied with practical knowledge. Okay. So you can expect everything you can like in this particular as a practical. So that means I will explain the concept and I will show it to you through the labs. Okay. So saying that, let's go ahead and see the plan which we have for our course. So this is a particular plan. Okay. So this is the total plan which I have prepared. Okay. As I told, this is a 8-week course. Okay. And week 9, I kept it for buffer. Okay. Because with my experience, I have seen people asking many questions and we have to answer them. So sometimes, if any of the topics are not going beyond I mean, in this particular time frame, so then we have one buffer week which we can utilize. Okay. So again, if you're not understanding, it is not like I just have to complete these topics within this week one. No, as long as everyone are comfortable, but with these topics, then only I'm going to go the next topic. Okay, and that's why I wantedly kept 1 week as buffer. There is no topic here. So if let's say people are asking more and more questions in that one, or it is taking more time to do the practicals, still it is okay. Okay. So if we don't have tight deadlines, we still have 1 week of buffer. Okay. But saying that, with my experience, have seen that this 8 weeks works very well. Okay. But again, just to give the clarity, so there is one more week for us buffer. So first things first, the first 2 weeks I have dedicated to the basics. So most of the people have this question in their mind. Okay. So this is a one more question. So most of my students, or major or chunk of my students, so they are from the non-tech background. Okay. So non-tech means there are some people are in the hotel management. Okay, they wanted to move to the I mean this corporate world. Okay. So if any one of the audience currently who are currently present in our session, if any one of you was thinking, okay, should I learn anything before this, or should I need to know about anything? Nothing. Okay, you no need to have any knowledge on networking. I'm going to start right from the basics. If you see, I kept entire 2 weeks for the basics, only basics. Okay. So once these are completed, then only we are going to move into the actual technical details. So if you are someone who is wanted to do the CCNA or networking, and if you are struggling to understand the concepts and you need help right from the basics, here we are. Okay. So in the week one, I'm going to introduce the various types of networking devices which we have and the labs which we are going to use in this course. Okay, which is tomorrow. Okay. Thereafter, the different types of cables, the OSI model. Okay, basically these are ones, and then CLI. Okay, so basically there are network hardware, right? So for example, just giving an overview. If you don't understand these terms, it's okay because we have a separate session for understanding these terms. So there are devices like routers and switches. So you might ask me, hey, see, I have did this particular course. What will be my job looking like after this particular course? Okay. So basically, all the internet traffic is being, see, how you sitting from India can reach to some website in America. Okay. There is a direct link from here to there? No. So you are connected to your home router, that is connected to another router, so on. There are many routers between you and that server. Okay. So how these servers are knowing, how these routers are knowing how to forward your data from here to here. Okay. So basically they have some software sitting on it to do that. Okay. The switches and routers, they have some software sitting on it. Okay. And there are some techniques which they use. Okay. So those techniques are the ones which you are going to study in this. How does a router knows where is the destination? For example, if I give you an address, how will you find out? So you cannot find out of nowhere, right? The first thing you do is go ahead and do the Google search. Okay. If let's say I have given you a pin code of 56112. Okay, I'll ask you, hey, what is this pair? So first thing you do is you either take the book which consists of all the pin codes, or you do the Google search. Okay. So similarly, the routers and the switches use something called as routing tables. Just like how you use the directory tables to search for that pin code, they have routing tables. Routers have routing tables. Switches have MAC address tables, like that. Okay. So how these tables are built? Okay. How does the accurate information is going into these routing tables? Okay. So that as a network engineer, you have to understand very clearly. Okay. Because your job after this particular course, once you start applying the for jobs, you will be getting something like network engineer, jobs like network engineer, okay, or L1 engineer, kind of these. So when you are hired as an L1 engineer or network engineer, your primary responsibilities are to manage these routers and switches. Okay. For example, so your manager, let's say you got hired into a company, your manager will say, hey, push these commands to this particular router. How will you do that? Okay, through the CLI. Okay. So you are going to study about all those things. Okay. So again, a basic understanding of how the packet is going from the source to destination. Okay. For example, so let's say you type www.google.com. Okay. So we never know where it is. It might be in Australia. It might be in India. The server who is serving for this particular www.google.com. It can be in America. It can be anywhere. But when you type that particular command within minutes, not even minutes, within microseconds means 10 power minus 3, which is like 0.001 something. Okay. Immediately when you type www.google.com, you are seeing those results. Okay. So how is that happening? Okay. So what are the different types of protocols which are involved in it? Okay. So all those discussion is done in the week 2, and with this knowledge which you are going to which you will be studying in week 2, you will know how a packet goes from source to destination. Okay. With this 2 weeks of study, we are going to have a strong basics. Now, our foundation is very good here. Okay, because we have understood what are the different types of devices, how to connect the devices, some theory topics, okay, and the IP address, all this. I'm not going into each and every topic in detail, okay, but people who have some reference to CCNA, they can find the topics here, okay, and what are the different protocols which are involved. Okay, you can ask me what is a protocol. Protocol is a kind of rules. For example, so here right now, me and you guys are having a conversation. I'm saying something and you are able to understand it because I am speaking in English, which you guys know. For example, let's say I'm saying the same material, which is introduction to CCNE, in let's say Spanish. You guys won't understand. So, what is English and Spanish here? They are languages. What is a language? It is a set of rules which says how to communicate. So similarly, how we have languages, in the networking we have protocols. These protocols says to the networking devices how they have to communicate. Okay, so the majority one include TCP, UDP, IP version 4, so on and so forth. Okay, so once these topics are completed, okay, so our basics are done. Then we are going to go into the layer 2 technologies, which is switching. Okay. In switching, we majorly have VLANs, TTP, VTP, spanning tree protocol, and ether channel. Okay. So we are going to spend some amount of time. See, I don't know whether you guys have observed, see, most of the topics, see, everything is theory and lab. Okay. Few particular topics will be there, which is going to be theory only. Okay. Very few. If you see from starting, see, theory is there and the lab is there with corresponding to that. So this theory is taken care here. Okay, all these are theory and labs. And again, theory, lab, this is only lab, okay, because there is nothing concept here. It is a practical which we have to do. So if you see, this is where the theory comes. Okay, for this theory, the lab is here. Again, life of a packet is a lab. Okay, theory lab, theory here. Okay, so anything like fundamentals means we have to go with the introduction, right? So that's where I'm not touching the lab. But if you see, mostly it is everything is theory and lab, except here. Okay, so here I'll be discussing the topics, but again, I'm not going to remove the theft. So there is a lab which we are going to do for the all the theory topics which we have discussed. So for every topic which you see here, there is a lab. So this is the unique thing which you are going to get. Okay. Whatever I'm going to teach, I'm going to show it to you. Okay, because that's how we learn, right? See, it's not about learning. Okay, so learning you can learn from anywhere. But that practical experience of you doing it is what you are going to get it from this course. Okay. So now this is the layer 2 technologies, which is the next plan. So in this, the major amount of topics are VLANs, TTP, VTP, spanning tree protocol, and Ether channel. Then we are going to go to the very important stuff. Majority of the interviews will go on this particular area, which is layer 3 technologies. Okay. So people who are going to take or enroll for this course, make sure that you are going to be available for week 4. Other topics, even though you miss, you can watch the recording and understand. But while these topics are happening, don't try to miss these topics. Try to attend the live, try to ask the questions, and then get it clear. Because majorly the interviews were focused on these topics, which is routing. Okay. So once those stuff are completed, which is layer 2 and layer 3, which is switching and routing technologies, then we are going to see some miscellaneous services, which is CDP, LDP, LLDP, NTP, SNMP. These are some protocols again. Again, I don't want to talk more about it because this is introductory session. But people who are going to enroll will get a clear cut idea on what these protocols are. Why do we need to use it? See, the main question whenever you study anything, not only CCNA, any stuff which you learn, the first question you have to understand is what is it? Why should I use it? And where should I use it? Is the questions which you have to understand. Okay. So then we have wireless, which is the most uh, uh, demanding thing which I can say, wireless and automation. But these are very minimum, but there are many topics which we can explore in this particular stuff. Okay. So I don't know people know about this. So the next question which people ask me majorly is what after CCNA? Okay. So basically CCNA is just a starting. Okay. So there are 3 levels totally in the Cisco certifications. One is CCNA, then you have CCNP, then you have CCIE. Okay. But if you want to achieve these 3 levels, this here you should have a solid basic fundamental understanding. Okay. This has to be very solid. If your base is not solid here, you are going to struggle a lot in CCNP and CCIE. Okay. Because clearing these CCNP and CCIE is not at all easy. I have seen people taking 5, 6 times to clear their CCNP, CCIE. Okay, so you can imagine the level of hardness which is present in that paper. Okay, so again, this comes at a cost. So if you say the CCIA cost is around 1.2 lakhs, so that means it has costed them 6 to 8 lakhs to clear that particular exam because their solid, I mean, basics are not solid. Okay, so this is the total plan which I have for you guys. Okay, so everything is being explained here. So if now the forum is open to questions, now you can ask me anything which you like to ask. Yeah,
Um, can I? Can I?
yeah, please.
The main thing is I heard that there is CCNP, the next level course after CCNA. If
Correct.
I complete the CCNP after CCNA, then I did the exam, I attend the exam, then I got the exam certificate. It is uh, it is okay, or I need to complete CCNA, then I need to attend the exam CCNA certification. Then again, then after CCNA course complete, then I attend the course exam. Is the level how it will be?
See, you can directly attempt CCNP. Okay, but my recommendation
Okay.
is don't do that. First thing is
Hmm.
you won't get that feeling on how to clear the exam if you directly go for it. Okay, so
Okay.
first my recommendation is go try CCNA. Okay,
Okay.
then you will
Okay.
understand okay what kind of questions are expecting and all those stuff. Okay, with that experience it will be easy for you to prepare for CCNP. Okay, so you might be
Okay.
thinking instead of writing two certifications I'll just write one and get two certifications, but it is
Yeah.
I am saying you if you go via directly CCI you will fail in the first time. And I mean, at least with my experience of seeing the people, you should at least write
Hmm.
2 to 3 times, which is again equivalent to the same, because without
Okay.
experience it is
That's
little little not so easy to clear the exams.
yeah.
Okay, my path is my recommended path with my experience is clear CCNA, then go to CCNP, and you will be in a good
Okay.
understanding. So during this duration in between these two, you know what exactly you need to prepare because you already have the experience of CCNA.
Right. Right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Excuse sir, if I complete CCNA, what type of active job is there? If I complete CCNP, what is a different kind of job is there? So, what is the difference between CCNP and CCNA?
Different responsibilities. See, in every organization there are juniors, okay, seniors, and management. Okay, every company needs juniors with little experience or minimum to little experience, seniors who are so strong, who knows what they are, and management. These are like core people who knows everything in and out. These are the persons who build the products. Okay, so if you are have did CCNA, you are eligible for the junior roles, which is like associate roles, associate network engineer, or just network engineer, or L1 engineer, kind of these roles. Okay, so the best thing for you to answer that question is you can go to these platforms like LinkedIn, okay, and just search. There is a search bar, right? So in the search bar, just type CCNA. Okay, you can find many jobs there, and based on that, you know what it is, what you are going to get. And then after that, again, the same search bar, type CCNP and read the job descriptions, what they have. Then you will understand what kind of roles you will get for CCNA and what kind of roles you will get for CCNA. So if you do this activity, you will get I mean, you can understand the answer to your questions.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hi, Nilesh. Can you hear me?
Yeah, please.
Hi. So, if you are not actually trying to attempt the CCNA exam, instead of that, I'm just taking the classes. Actually, I'm working as a level 2 tech support. So, is there a chance that we can land jobs without even attending the CCNA exams? I mean, with the knowledge, with just the knowledge, and by hacking the interviews, is it
See,
possible for us to land jobs?
yes, I understood your question. Okay, so CCNA people value the knowledge. Okay, but it is always good to have the certification with your in your hand. Okay, because it will make you stand out from the crowd. Okay, for example, let's say in this particular session only, there are 37 people who are taking the course, which is knowledge, from the same trainer,
Mhm.
which is me. Okay, all the 37 people. Let's say there is an opening tomorrow and all you guys applied for that position. Let's say only two openings are there. So how will they decide? Because all you guys are took the knowledge from the same trainer. So obviously whoever did the certifications in this certificate, because they took it little more serious and they completed the certifications. So at the end of the day, first thing they check is knowledge. Without knowledge, if you just have the certifications, again it is of no use because you will get rejected in that primary rounds. Yeah, if you clear the primary rounds and if you have high competition, definitely that particular piece of paper is going to make stand out. Let's say out of these 37 people, 10 people completed. Now it's like other than 27, they are like secondary option. These are the primary options. In these 10,
Got it.
again, they will discuss in the later line. So this is how the certification will impact your interviews. But again, saying that just certification will not do anything. You should have a
Got it.
right knowledge to justify that certificate.
And also, how long are these certificates valid? I mean, do they have lifetime validity
No,
or?
not lifetime, 3 years. The technology is changing very fast. So just 3 years. If you complete in 2024 May, not May, June, I don't think June no one is going to do. So this course itself is 2 months, let's say June, July. If someone wrote the exam in August, that will hold through until 2027 July.
So, if we are really serious, we have to land jobs within within that span, itself, right?
Sorry. Yeah. And
Uh,
also one more thing. Okay. For example, let's say in 2025, you did CCNP. Okay. Automatically, this will be renewed. That means
mhm.
your CCNA will automatically renewed up to 2028, even though you don't write it
Oh, okay.
because you did the CCNP. So it is automatically renewed.
So again, we have to write CCNP again after 3 years, right?
That's see to write it or not. It's totally up to you. Okay, so this is like a people always wanted to grow, right? CCNA is just the first step. After that, people will always try to think like, okay, what after CCNA? CCNA. Okay, now answering to your question, should you write it before 3 years or after 3 years? That is a question which you have to answer yourself.
Okay.
Okay, so if you have the requirement before 3 years, do it before 3 years. If you don't have the requirement, do it after 3 years.
Okay.
My name is Lokinder Zangid, and I am new to this networking field.
Okay.
So, can you explain about DevNet and what are the exams and what are the topics?
Okay, basically there are two tracks. Okay, not two tracks, there are many tracks actually. One is core networking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
One is automation. That means networking with automation. So as I told, right, my primary responsibilities include automation. Automation means automating the task which we do every day. Okay. In the networking. Okay, this automation is specifically networking, not to any other like machine learning or anything, not like that. Only specific to networking. Okay. So here you learn only the concepts which are related to networking. Okay. For example, there are 3 levels here. CCNA is the first level. In CCNP, okay, there are electives, kind of you guys call it as electives. Okay. In CCNP, you can select anything. Okay. So one is enterprise, data center, security, collab, service provider. Okay. So in this, you can select anything. Mostly people will select based on their organization. Okay. So if their organization is enterprise, they'll go for enterprise certification because they have to show it to their manager, right? At the end of the day. So if their particular organization is a data center, then they will go with that. If they work in security, they will go with security. Okay. So this is pure networking. Okay, CCNA. Then in the same streams, you will do the CCIE. This is the last step. Okay, if you are CCIE, that's an end of the day, end of the story. There is nothing more apart from that. Okay, but in the automation, you will let's say here 100% it is networking, but here let's say 30% is networking and 70% is automation. How can you automate those stuff in the networking? Okay, again here we have DevNet Associate, DevNet Core, which is DevNet Professional, and DevNet Expert. Okay, so these are new certifications which are introduced in 2019, but these certifications are coming since 1990. Not sure, 5 or 7, somewhere 1990s. Okay.
So can I do directly DevNet before the CCNA exam?
See, for this
Directly,
DevNet, you need, see, for example, if you want to automate something, okay, you should understand that thing, right?
yes, yes.
See, automation is at the end of the day, it is a tool to automate something. But if you don't know what is that something, how can you automate? See, if you have a problem, you can solve. You can solve that problem. But if you don't have a problem, or if you don't know what problem it is, then how can you solve it without understanding the problem itself? So my recommendation is, if you're really interested into automation, complete CCNA. Instead of going to CCNP, come to DevNet. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
If I clear CCNA exam,
Okay.
can I try suddenly CCNP exam within 2-3 months?
You can see, all you need to have is money in your pocket. Okay, that's a primary thing to apply for the exam, because these cost, the CCNA exam itself cost around 20,000. But if
Okay.
you have some discount, you can get it. And CCNP will cost around 32,000 in INR. I'm saying roughly. So first thing is money in the purse. If you have money in the purse, you can go ahead. Second thing is, are you prepared?
Okay.
Yes, sir. I have a question about CCNA Cisco exams. What is the pattern of the question? Like the MCQ based or describe based?
MCQ.
This is MCQ based, yeah, describe based exam pattern. I'm talking about CCNA exam pattern.
No, it's not type or anything. It's mostly MCQs. Basically, there will be 104 questions. Okay, out of which you have to get
120
104.
minutes, right?
104 questions, which you have to
And
answer in 120 minutes,
okay,
and out of which you have to get 80% or more.
okay,
Okay, in these there will be MCQs, drag and drop, fill in the blanks, and 2 lab questions. So this is something which they have introduced recently. So when I took my CCNA exam, so I took it somewhere around 2020. During that time, I took both my CCNA and DevNet in 2020. Okay, so then there is no lab, but recently, I think from past 1 year, they added this lab questions. So out of all these questions, we never know how many MCQs, how many drag and drop, how many fill in the blanks will be there. That is totally up to, I mean, the person who is taking the exam. Okay, so this is the pattern.
got it. Thank you.
Nitish, I have one question. What are the dynamic routing protocols we are going to cover here?
Okay, good question. Also, one more thing which I need to highlight here. Thanks for bringing that up here. So you asked the dynamic routing protocol, right?
Yes.
So that is OSPF. Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm going to
Because
give the introduction of all the dynamic routing protocols. But practical wise, we are going to do it OSPF only.
okay, I have heard something like BGP like that, RIP, OSPF,
BGP,
EIGRP.
actually, BGP was there in CCNA curriculum.
Okay.
Okay. But what happened was in 2020, in 2019, they revamped the certification. If you see in this particular CCNA, you can see automation, right?
Yes,
This
yes,
down
yeah,
section,
yes.
automation, all these topics, wireless, all these topics are not present in CCNA. In the previous CCNA, that means before 2019. Instead of all these, they have EIGRP, BGP, okay, some
RIP,
upgrade,
I think.
yeah, RIP, all this stuff. So
Yes.
now they
And
said that okay,
STD, RSTD.
everything. Okay. So
Yeah,
now what
this is
they
a large scale protocol, right, sir?
correct. Okay. Let me
Yeah.
complete it. Okay. So now what they did here is they said that okay, the trend is going to change, so we need to bring up some changes in that particular certifications. So what they did was they totally revamped and removed the BGP, all these EIGRP, and they moved it to CCNP. So these protocols, you'll learn more about that in the CCNP. But in here, you'll learn about OSPF.
Okay, in depth of OSPF, right?
Yeah, correct.
And I have one more question. Like where we are going to perform these labs in networkings, or we use packet tracer for that?
I mostly use packet tracer, at least for the basics, because
Okay.
packet tracer has some good thing called as simulation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
But
Yes.
again, you will be getting the people who don't have the right resources to run the packet tracers. For example, people who don't have the right laptop with the right resources like GPU power. Networkings also provide the links where you no need to have anything in your laptop. If you just open, if you can open Amazon in your particular laptop, then you can open the labs also. So people who don't have the resources, don't worry, networkings will give. Again, those are powerful labs. We are going to use those labs in the later part of this. But for the initial topics, I use packet tracer. But slowly we will be moving towards uh, the EVNG labs, which networkings is going to do.
Yeah, understand this. And I have one small request, because like I was not good with submitting, because like I have struggled a lot previously also.
So
Yeah.
it's like your career is your responsibility. My responsibility is to provide the right knowledge. I'm not here to make all of you guys sit and learn. Okay, we are mature enough to learn by ourselves, like sit and learn, right? So that part there is no hardcore deadlines or anything. I will give you the assignment whenever you have the time and whenever you wanted to complete it, you can complete it. It's like self evaluation. So there is here, I'm not going to judge or not going to stress on deadlines. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I have some queries. Is the only CCNA training or certification sufficient to get the job in the networking? Because other vendors are also there in the
You
market.
see, again, as I explained, I started this particular thing with that only, right? Other vendors are there. Okay.
Mhm.
But the opportunities, let's say if you do Juniper certification, let's say you will get 100 opportunities. Okay. If you do CCNA, you'll get some 1,000 opportunities. Okay. So basically, the amount of effort which you need for clearing this Juniper and clearing the CCNA, both of them are same. Maybe CCNA is little more tough. Let's say here you need 10 hours to complete. It might take some 15 hours. Okay. But you will get more and more opportunities. That is where it comes into picture. Okay. Now coming to the answer, can you just do the CCNA and get the job? Yes, you can get.
Okay. And one more, I heard that the present CCNA code will expire in a year. So do we need to learn another CCNA code again?
No. Say, let's say if you have completed this old one And if they in future, if let's say they remove this code, what will
Okay.
they will do automatic renewal. You no need to write the exam again. For example, let's say you wrote 2024. Okay, your certificate is valid until 2027. Let's say they changed it in 2025. You no need to write an exam in 2025. Automatically, you will be CCNA according to the new syllabus. But if you don't write any certification, let's say CCNP before 2077, then you have to again write it according to the new syllabus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Is the present code ending in the near future?
No.
In
It is not. It
this
is
year?
not. No. It just came to 5 years back, 2019. So at least it is going to stay for 10 more years.
Okay, and one more. Is the automation is same for all the vendor network companies, or there will be a major difference?
See,
Automation part.
it is same only. Minor changes will be there. Okay. At the end of the day, automation is what? A programming language
Oh,
using to solve a problem.
I have a
Okay.
question regarding to lab.
Yes.
We need to install anything.
Basically, there are two softwares which I'm going to use: Cisco Packet Tracer, then the EVNG Labs. So basically, this one you have to install. But let's say if you don't have the um, resources on your laptop to install this software, don't worry. So this is an advanced lab. It is even advanced compared to the Cisco Packet Tracer. But Cisco Packet Tracer is beginner friendly. So people who are beginning the networking journey, it is easy for them to understand in Packet Tracer compared to EVNG. But EVNG are the actual advanced labs.
Okay.
So the networkings are going to provide you these labs. So for these, you no need to install anything. They will provide a link with username and password.
That lab activity we are doing in between the class, or
No, you guys will not be doing the lab in between. Once you complete, you have to practice.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Nitish, I have one last question. Yeah. Like I just want to know, like, is there any difference between this Python for network engineers and DevNet? Are they similar or different?
Mm, kind of similar, but different. I like, how can I answer? So there are some other, see, Python for network engineers. Here you will only learn how can you utilize Python for network automation. But again, Python is not only the tool to automate. There are other tools like Ansible, some
Yeah.
other protocols like netconf, restconf.
I
Okay.
think these are used in DevOps, right? Ansible.
Correct. You can use them in networking also. So there are many ways of automating the network. So
Okay.
in Python, you will only learn how to utilize Python.
Okay.
This is one of the tool, but not one of the tool, and it is most popular tool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
So if you all of you guys are much interested in this DevNet, maybe after CCNA, I can take the DevNet course also. Okay, let's see after CCNA how that goes, because most of the people are asking. Okay.
Hi, Anish.
Yeah.
One last question.
Yeah.
So I just want some suggestions from you that I have been in cybersecurity field for 1.7 years.
Mhm.
And so can you suggest something to me, like any suggestions, like how this course will help me? Because I know that like networking is really important in cybersecurity field, but
Correct.
how can be CCNP and CCIE can help me in my cybersecurity field?
See, CCNP, CCIE is just a name. But the end of the day, what is behind CCNA and CCNP? The knowledge, right? So how you are going to get, see, if you want to stop someone attacking you, you should know your technology. And that technology you will learn here. Right?
Okay.
See, if
Yeah.
you want to prevent someone attacking you, you should know what are your strong and what are your weaknesses. Then only you can prevent someone. Otherwise, you cannot prevent. Cybersecurity is all about preventing someone attacking you.
So
Right.
cybersecurity is a concept or is a device?
It's not a device, it's a concept. It's like securing yourself from attackers.
So where will they make the
Because
policy? Which device they make the policy?
Sorry.
No. It's a concept which device they will going to implement.
There are multiple levels which they are going to keep that. They can implement the policies on routers, firewalls, and there are, see, in our course also we have some security related stuff. Again, that is not too deep, but yeah, we do have it. How to secure your devices. So basically, we have L3 and L2 devices, right? So how can you secure your devices? Let's say if you don't want to give the access to someone, how can you stop them? So that section is there here.
So means cyber security is a concept, right? It's a concept.
Concept. See, networking also is a concept. For implementing it, we need these devices.
Okay.
Cool, guys. That's all. I think I have answered major amount of the questions. Okay. Cool then. Chalo. Bye bye.